Sometimes in life, you just gotta take the plunge. You just gotta jump right in, man. You gotta not think and just do and let the brain figure things out later. This is something I've been thinking a lot about because I make music. A lot of people come to me asking about making art, making music. A lot of people who are beginners or who are thinking about giving something a go themselves. And they spend a lot of time reading into the subject, watching the YouTube tutorials, watching the interviews, and then they kind of enter a state of paralysis where they kind of just freeze and they don't know what to do. And then they ask me, okay, so how do I actually start? And the answer is in the question. You just start. Oh my God, my background. The answer is in the question. You just have to start. And I understand that that's such a cop out answer in some respects because there's so much to take in, there's so much to digest, but it's just a matter of keeping things simple. The classic acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid. It's a classic for a reason. When I started making music, all I could really do was load up FL Studio and use the default drums. But sometimes that's enough. Just whacking on some random drum loop, something really crappy, and just vibing to it for 5 minutes. Maybe find a VST that you like. Try build a triad chord. Just three simple notes, and just go for it, man. And this kind of is a lesson for life, really. I have a friend who is a DJ and she's doing incredibly well for herself right now. She's traveled Europe. She's done gigs all over the place, and she's really carved a space for herself in the thing that she likes to do. Years ago, she had this sort of outsider's interest in DJing. And I'm not a DJ. I DJ for fun sometimes, but I'm not a DJ. And I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm heading to Pirate. For those who don't know, Pirate is like a franchise of studios. You can book out a room. So I messaged her. I said, hey, I'm going to Pirate. I'm going to work on some studio stuff. But after that, if you want to come, we can just mix. We can just do some DJing stuff. When I tell you this woman was terrified. She was very afraid of the idea. And she didn't enjoy it. She did not enjoy it. There were times where she wanted me to leave the room so that she could figure things out. And then she stopped for a while. She stopped for a while. And then eventually she was like, okay, you know what? There's this person giving out classes. Let me just attend the class. Let me try approach it that way. And she found a mentor. And this mentor helped her build her confidence. Took her to some gigs he was doing. Let her shadow him. And fast forward to today. Today is actually a little headline show she's doing, which is why I'm so swagged out. I gotta step out soon to make my appearance there. But she's doing so well for herself, and we had a conversation about 2 weeks ago, and I would never ever take credit for that. Again, she took the plunge. That was her doing. She decided she was gonna pick up DJing. But we were having a conversation. She brought up like, wow, it's kind of crazy that 4 years ago you kind of just encouraged me to go to Pirate and just DJ. And that's really the point of this video right here. You just got to take the plunge. You got to not think. You just have to try and just let the lessons unfold in front of you. I'll give you another example before we wrap things up. I'm going to keep this video real short. I'm taking the plunge by making this video because I've been meaning to yap to a camera for a while and whack it on YouTube. My YouTube channel, it's collecting dust. All I have on there is music videos. So I got a homie who is not very confident in just approaching women, which is understandable. I think most guys these days aren't very confident just walking up to a girl and saying hi. It's a scary ordeal. I'm not gonna act like I'm some Casanova out here. I very rarely do it. And when I do, I'm terrified every single time. But again, you just gotta turn your brain off and do the thing. And this guy, at one point, I remember we were having dinner somewhere, and there was a waitress who made it pretty obvious that she was into him. And me and my other homie who was there were just like, "Yo, you know what? You just gotta go and say hi, bro. Just do it. Don't think about it." Long story short, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. But the point isn't that if you take the plunge, things will work out. The point is that if you take the plunge, you will learn and you will build the confidence you need to succeed later on. That guy's married now, by the way. He met his wife and they are married, very happily married. And all of these things that people achieve in life, just in general, does not come from years of extensive studying. It doesn't come from years of extensive study, although that might be part of the process. What it really boils down to is whether or not they commit to an action. And if the action feels overwhelming, you need to break it down into smaller pieces and just do it. Just do the thing. I've been making music for 10 years now. And every time I say that sentence out loud, oh my God, dude, the existential dread, all of the natural artistic worries start coming. What if I never make it? What if I die some unknown loser? I can't believe this. What a foolish way to think about it. Because I took the plunge 10 years ago. And I've gone on to do shows. I've gotten radio play. I've met some of the coolest people you will ever meet in your entire life just through making music. And it's really transformed the person that I am. It certainly developed me into a much more interesting and much more understanding person. It's certainly changed the way that I view the world. All because 10 years ago, with a shitty pair of Skull Candy earbuds and a secondhand laptop, I just decided, you know what, let me just try this thing. And I tried it, and I fell in love with it. And I would like to, hopefully, make more videos like this, where I just talk about certain things that have been on my mind. So if that's of interest to you, like and subscribe. And that's pretty much it, man. You don't need my advice, bro. The advice is already inside you. Just take the plunge, brother.